Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Y'all come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Let's get day 2 started for the fruit and salad challenge. And yeah, let's come on in, come on in. Let's get ready. Got all my stuff here. Just like we did last time, yesterday, if you have a second device that you want to follow along with, simply pull your device up. I got my tablet right here. Just pull up a second device. I'll be going through our 7-day fruit and salad challenge ebook, and I'll be reading through some of the material that we have to help us better understand how to make the nutritional changes to get to the root cause of our blood pressure issues. So come on in, and we'll be getting started in just a moment. Now, for those of us that are actively participating in the fruit and salad challenge, let me know in the comments how everything is going. We all understand what the different strategies were to help us get started, but now it's all about just actively participating and getting these things done. And one of the main things we were focusing on was taking a picture of our blood pressure to help us document our journey, along with the foods that we were eating, and posting them inside of the blood pressure group. So those are one of the things that we were challenged to do to show that we're actively participating in the challenge. And the second thing was making sure we're documenting our journey for our own personal benefits. So we should all have our own notebook, and in our notebook, we should be writing down some specifics about this process. We should be writing down our blood pressure twice a day. We should be writing down our weight. We should also be documenting our BMI to help us understand how these different tactics and strategies that we're applying are benefiting us throughout the next 7 days. So those are all the different tasks that we have on our hand, alongside of actively participating in the challenge. So everyone should be actively doing those things. So if you haven't been consistent with it the past 2 days, make sure you jump on board. Make sure you're doing what you need to do to actively participate throughout this process. So documenting your journey, that's one of the biggest things, and holding yourself accountable by posting inside of the group, that's going to be another one. So hopefully everybody has been doing what they need to do. Day 1 is in the books. Day 2, we're about to wrap it up now. And many people so far in the group have been posting about some of the results they've had. Some people are already experiencing some of the changes. So the main thing about it is for the next 7 days to continue dialing in, continue doing what you need to do, continue following the different strategies that we have. That way you can continue to get the results, basically. So, just making sure you're locking in is going to be really, really important, because at the end of the day, after these 7 days are said and done with, you're going to be able to see the changes in your body, and now you have a foundation to continue to apply these strategies to get to the root cause of your blood pressure issues. So yesterday was day 1, and we kicked it off by talking about several of the different minerals that are involved in the blood pressure process. We talked about potassium and magnesium specifically. Those are 2 of the primary ones that are involved in the process. Those are the 2 that most people understand and know, and these 2 are usually what the individuals are deficient in when it comes down to blood pressure issues. These are the top 2. So we broke down potassium and the relationship that it has with blood pressure, understanding the sodium-potassium balance, as well as understanding the role that potassium plays in managing blood pressure, such as potassium being a natural diuretic, and helping the body to excrete the excessive amount of sodium to take the burden off of the heart and reduce the blood pressure. So it works in many different pathways. We broke those things down yesterday. If you wasn't a part of yesterday's session, you can always go back and watch it on YouTube. The video is already up on my page. You can go and watch it. It says Fruit and Salad Challenge Day 1, and you can just review the information there. That way you can get a better understanding of those minerals, and you can always just divert back to the Fruit and Salad Challenge ebook. That way you can just continue to lock in on the information, understand it, and continue to apply it. So potassium was yesterday, magnesium was yesterday as well, and today we're going to be getting into, I believe we should be talking about calcium and zinc today. Let me make sure. Let me scroll through real quick, see where we at. And if you guys have any questions about the challenge, feel free to drop them in the chat right now. And before we get started, I'll answer a couple of them, and then we'll just go ahead and get everything rolling. So today we should be locking in on, where we at? Scroll through this ebook. Calcium. Calcium is going to be our starting point, and we're going to talk about the role that it plays when it comes down to managing blood pressure, as well as how to identify, different issues that you may be experiencing when it comes down to calcium deficiencies and blood pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and answer any questions that's inside of the chat, and we'll get started in just a moment. I see Power of She feels better and very full. I normally do juicing instead of eating the fruit. My blood pressure is better, it's still up and down. So that's a good thing. You're feeling better and you're feeling full. That's mainly because of the fiber and the nutrients that are inside of the fresh whole foods, and that's going to leave you satiated a lot longer throughout the day. So that's definitely a start. And with the blood pressure being up and down, as you continue to progress, you'll start to see more control come about. And as we progress through these different strategies, you're going to be able to see and understand what your actual triggers are. So you're in a good position. Just continue. Inside of the ebook, I have several dressings that are there, all of them oil free. That way you can have the resources that you need to create those different dressings for yourself. I'm enjoying the challenge, but I'm not doing well with the raw greens. Very uncomfortable and very loud. I had to sneak away at work so no one would notice it was me. Well, that's part of the crunch process. But one thing you can do is make sure that you massage your greens before you get started. That way you could just soften them up. It'll be a little bit easier on your digestive system and easier to just the process. So, just it's different strategies that you can actually use to help you with that one. But, it's nothing like, having a nice fresh salad. Now, I know when I have a salad, I look for that crunch in particular. So any other questions, feel free to drop them in. And that way you can be able to just connect and keep moving forward. If you need to, well, what everyone should be doing, we should be posting the information inside of the community, the high blood pressure community. So when you're part of the group, well, in the emails that you have, you got the list for everything that you need, the ebooks, the login information, all those things. But you should also have the information to join the group. And in the group, this is where you should be posting your picture as far as all the stuff for accountability. All that goes inside of the group. That way you can get better understanding. That way you can just be a part of the accountability process moving forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I saw the BMI question. I'll make sure I help you understand that as we move forward. But we're gonna dive into this whole process so we can start understanding more about these different minerals. So we started with potassium and magnesium. Now we're moving on to calcium. And again, if you have your fruit and salad ebook, you can follow along, but I'm going to be reading through it, breaking down some of the specifics for calcium, and then how this all ties into regulating your blood pressure. Here we go. Calcium, an essential mineral primarily associated with bone health, also plays a role in the regulation of blood pressure. While the connection between calcium and high blood pressure is complex, here's an overview of how calcium influences blood pressure levels. Blood vessel constriction. Calcium is involved in muscle contraction, including the muscles that line the blood vessels. Inadequate calcium can lead to increased constriction of blood vessels, resulting in a higher blood pressure. Blood clotting. Calcium is necessary for proper blood clotting. However, excessive calcium levels can contribute to the formation of blood clots, which can narrow blood vessels and elevate blood pressure as well. Calcium and vitamin D interaction. Vitamin D helps the body absorb and utilize calcium efficiently. Insufficient vitamin D levels can lead to decreased calcium absorption, potentially impacting blood pressure regulation. So I'm gonna stop right there before we get deeper into calcium, because many individuals that are dealing with a vitamin D deficiency also have high blood pressure. So if you're someone that has a vitamin D deficiency, this could very well be one of the main pathways that's contributing to your blood pressure problem. And most people that have a vitamin D deficiency, the first thing the doctor does is prescribe them a vitamin D supplement. And we have to understand this one particular thing. Taking the supplement for vitamin D does not do the same thing as getting outside and getting fresh air and getting sunlight. It's not the same thing. Taking that supplement, those are all synthetic pills, and those are all synthetic nutrients, and they're not gonna work nowhere as near the way getting outside and getting sunlight is. Vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. And the way to effectively get enough vitamin D is getting outside, getting exposed to the sun, and allowing for your body to do what it does, do what it needs to do naturally. And when you're deficient in vitamin D, a number of things can go wrong throughout your body. The blood pressure just being one of them. But vitamin D is essential for your overall health. And we have to understand this. When you're outside, just simply getting more sunlight can help you bring your blood pressure down. Reason being, once the UV rays hit your skin, you immediately feel the warmth from the sun hitting your skin. And what's happening is now the UV rays are basically synthesizing through your skin, and this causes a reaction through your blood vessels, which leads to nitric oxide moving down into the blood vessels, causing the blood vessels to widen, and this increases the flow of blood coming through. So this is just one of the many pathways of getting more sunlight, one of the many pathways of vitamin D that can help you correct your blood pressure issues. But getting more sunlight is going to be one of the most important things. And one of the best ways to do that is by what's called sunbathing. Now, sunbathing can go many different directions, but I want to give it to you in a more simpler, direct cut way. That way you can apply this strategy and continue to move forward through this process. So when it comes down to sunbathing, you should think of it like this. Well, I'm gonna start with the best times rather. The best time to sunbathe is first thing in the morning between the hours of sunrise to about 11 o'clock, before the sun is too high up in the sky. When between sunrise and 10, let's say 10:30ish, the sun is not at its highest. It's more gentle coming up, and it's not as intense as it would be, say 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So between 7 o'clock or sunrise time to about 10ish, that's going to be one of the best times in the morning to start getting more sun, because it's a lot more tolerable. You're not exposing yourself to the harsh UV rays because the sun is not yet at its peak. And when you're out and you're sunbathing, you want to make sure that you're in a position to allow for your whole body to be exposed to the sun. That way your skin can be in contact, and your body can do what it needs to do naturally to absorb the UV rays and convert it into ultimately being vitamin D for your body to utilize the way that it needs to. Best way to do it, have some shorts on and have a t-shirt on. If you can actually get a crop top or whatever to expose more, that's great. But simply being exposed is going to be one of the best ways. And you want to make sure that when you're out there, you want to be out there for at least 15 to 30 minutes and do it consistently every day. Make it a part of your routine. That way you can get that exposure. Now, you may not be able to just go out and lay out in the sun for 15 to 30 minutes, but you can incorporate this time frame into your movement routine. Let's say if you go walking, going walking in the morning time and making sure that you're prepared to allow your skin to be exposed to the sun. It's the same type of process. It allows for the same things to happen. And this will allow you to continue to build these vitamin D levels to help correct with your blood pressure issues as well. So between sunrise to about 10:30-ish is going to be one of the best times to sunbathe and get more sunlight to help with vitamin D levels. The next best time is going to be between 3-4 o'clock to sunset, because now again the sun is coming down and it's not as harsh as it would be through the middle of the day. So between 3-4 o'clock to sunset, the sun is now coming down out of the sky. The UV rays are not as strong and not as powerful and not as damaging. And this is the best time to continue to get more sunlight. And one of the best things to do is, again, incorporate your workout routine between that time frame, or just simply go sit out on your balcony or your porch or in your yard and just allow for the sun to continue to hit you, because that's going to be the best way to correct any vitamin D deficiencies. Taking vitamin D supplements does not do the same thing as getting more sunlight, because again, that natural sunlight, those UV rays, it does a number of things throughout the body, because again, it comes in as the UV rays and it goes through many different channels before it even converts into vitamin D for your body to utilize. So if you're missing out and you're not getting enough sunlight, it's going to be important that you start to incorporate this into your lifestyle. Now, one of the next biggest questions is like, we're moving into the fall season, and we're also the sun is not as well, it's not as much sunlight as in the northern areas or in different climates. You know, it's a little bit different in certain areas. Now, in that case, one thing that, well, I want to say before I even get to that case, right now the sun is still out and it's still prevalent in many of these different areas. It's not, we haven't gotten into that colder climate just as yet. But what you can do now is, as you continue to start to get more sunlight and get yourself out there, what happens is your body builds up its storages, its nutritional storages, including the vitamin D, along with what other nutrients and foods that you're consuming. It builds on these things. And then in some cases, you may need to take a supplement to help you through these colder climates to help you with this problem. But again, focusing on trying to get as much natural sunlight as possible is always going to be the best way to move forward. So again, in the morning time between 7 a.m. to 10 o'clock, 10:30-ish, that's going to be ideal. And in the afternoon time between 3 and sunset is going to be the next best time when it comes down to getting enough sun and allowing you to correct these vitamin D deficiencies that could be directly related to your blood pressure issues. And now we're going to keep going talking about calcium. So that was the calcium and vitamin D connection. Calcium and vitamin D. Vitamin D helps the body absorb and utilize calcium efficiently. Insufficient vitamin D levels can lead to decreased calcium absorption, potentially impacting blood pressure regulation. Number 4, hormonal balance. Calcium plays a role in hormonal secretion and balance, including hormones involved in blood pressure regulation. Imbalances in these hormones can influence blood pressure levels. While calcium is essential for overall health, it's important to note that high calcium intake from supplements may not have the same beneficial effects on blood pressure as obtaining calcium from dietary sources. In fact, excessive calcium supplementation can even cause adverse effects when it comes down to your cardiovascular health. So that lets you know that when you settle for supplements, you create the environment for further complications. And it doesn't matter what type of supplement it is, because like we spoke about yesterday, there's no way to tell how much of any nutrient your body needs. There's no way to tell. And science doesn't know this, nothing knows this, because your body changes on a daily. It needs different things each and every day based off of your lifestyle, how you're living, what you're eating, what you're doing, how you're sleeping, your stress levels. It goes by all these different things. So every day your needs change. And when you take supplements, you're just loading your body up with whatever particular nutrient without giving it the other resources that your body needs. And that's why we talk about eating more whole foods. Because when you eat more whole foods, you focus on your body as a whole instead of supplementing a specific nutrient. Because now, instead of isolating the particular nutrient, you focus on everything that your body needs: the water for hydration, the fiber, the different vitamins and minerals and enzymes, all those different things that are essential for your body as a whole, your digestion, your skin, your energy levels, all those things. Whole foods is going to be the best way to move forward when it comes down to correcting any underlying issue. And supplementation is not going to be the best answer for you. And I get it. Sometimes we need to supplement here and there, but as you're doing so, you should still be focusing on eating more whole foods, because that's going to ultimately help you get to the root cause of what you're dealing with. Now, so we're going to move on to the next one. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them inside of the chat. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the page. That way you can get the notifications when I go live, to keep you in tune with everything that we're doing with the different challenges. And I think I lost my let me put it up here. Here we go. Yeah, I lost my page, and I'm looking at the thing and I see all my son's stuff. He usually plays on his tablet. All right, so let me pull this up one more time, and we're going to keep going. We're moving from calcium, and we're going into the next nutrient that's directly related to blood pressure. So here we go. All right. Oh, wait, no, we're still on calcium, my bad. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about low calcium levels and how to identify if this is something that you're experiencing. So low calcium levels, also known as hypocalcemia, can have several effects on the body. While the direct connection between low calcium and high blood pressure is not well established, here are some potential side effects of low calcium levels that may indirectly impact your blood pressure. Number one, muscle problems. Calcium is crucial for muscle contraction and relaxation. Inadequate calcium levels can lead to muscle cramps, spasms, and weaknesses, which may indirectly affect your blood pressure. And remember, we spoke about how calcium controls the dilation of the arteries or the blood vessels, because of the blood vessels are lined with muscles throughout them. And if calcium is insufficient, then those contractions, that's where a lot of the issues come from that lead to blood pressure problems. Number two, nerve functions. Calcium is essential for proper nerve function and transmissions. Low calcium levels can contribute to tingling or numbness in the extremities, as well as irritability, mood changes, and even seizures in severe cases. Number three, osteoporosis. This one that we all probably heard about. Calcium is primarily associated with bone health. Inadequate calcium levels can lead to decreased bone density and an increased risk of osteoporosis. While osteoporosis itself may not directly impact blood pressure, it can affect overall health and potentially contribute to other health conditions. Number four, hormonal imbalances. Calcium is involved in hormonal secretion and regulation. Low calcium levels may disrupt the balance of hormones involved in regulating the blood pressure, potentially affecting blood pressure control. Now, when it comes down to foods that are high in calcium, you guys have a list inside of your ebook that breaks down all these foods that are high in calcium. I have it broken down specifically for the fruit and salad challenge in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Reason being, when you eat the foods in their raw form, you're going to get the highest quality of nutrients from them. So focus this whole week, we've been focusing on eating foods in their raw form, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, nuts, and seeds. That way we can get the highest quality of these nutrients. So refer back to your fruit and salad challenge ebook to go through this information. For those of you that don't have the ebook, just simply do a Google search of foods high in calcium, and this is going to help you understand how to apply these to your diet and your lifestyle. That Google search will give you a list of these foods. Pick out the ones that you like and start incorporating more of it to your diet and lifestyle. And that way you can just continue to make sure that you're getting the foods that you need. Because what happens is those foods that are high in calcium, they also going to contain the potassium, the magnesium, and all those other things that are essential to helping you regulate your blood pressure. Next up, we're going to be talking about zinc. Zinc is one of those things that's directly related to your blood pressure as well. The connection between zinc and high blood pressure is still an area of ongoing research, while zinc is an essential mineral involved in various physiological processes. A zinc deficiency has been associated with certain risk factors for high blood pressure, such as an impaired endothelium function and increased oxidative stress. Yesterday, we spoke about the endothelium system. And the endothelium system is the innermost lining of your blood vessels. And it's the innermost lining of your blood vessels, and it's basically the guardian or protector of your cardiovascular system. And your cardiovascular system it holds the river of life, your blood. Everything flows through there. And when your endothelium system is being compromised, this compromises your cardiovascular system, and this causes the blood pressure issues, the heart disease, the strokes, all those combination of things that happens when your cardiovascular system is at risk. So understanding that zinc has a direct connection with endothelial function and increased oxidative stress. Now, when it comes down to when it comes down to oxidative stress, it's important to understand how this process works and contributes to the blood pressure issues as well. So oxidative stress starts out from free radicals that are inside of the body. Now, free radicals are a natural process. The whole process of metabolism, it creates free radicals. Simply eating an apple and your body metabolizing and utilizing the nutrients from the apple creates free radicals. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But what happens is when you're not eating properly, your body's not eliminating properly and doing the things that it needs to do and function at a higher level, these free radicals build up in the body. And now when these free radicals build up, they start to cause problems in different areas, particularly with high blood pressure relating to your blood vessels. These free radicals start to basically damage the blood vessels directly impacting your endothelial cells. And when these cells get damaged, they can't do the job that they need to do. One in particularly produce more nitric oxide to help the blood vessels dilate. And when this happens continuously, these free radicals are destroying these endothelial cells. Your blood vessels can't widen and help the blood flow through smoothly. And now they stay nice, they stay stiff. And now the heart has to pump harder in order to get that blood through the system throughout the whole body to nourish the cells and, just provide oxygen and all those other things. So we have to understand that free radicals is one of these big contributors to a lot of the blood pressure issues. And although this is a natural byproduct of your metabolism, the foods we consume can increase the amount of free radicals throughout our body. The processed foods, the salty foods, the oil, the sugars, all these things produce free radicals, and it creates the oxidative stress. And when these free radicals are there causing damage, the oxidative stress destroys those endothelial cells, blood pressure goes up, and now you just continue to see that trend with those the blood pressure issues. Now, diverting back into the answer to this problem is rooted in the fruit and salad challenge. When you eat more fresh fruits, vegetables, whole foods, you're going to get what's called antioxidants. Antioxidants, they are what battles and manages and destroys these free radicals in the body that are contributing to the problem. When you eat foods that are when you eat fresh fruits or fresh whole foods in general, you get an abundance of antioxidants. Specifically fruits like your berries, your blueberries, your strawberries, your cherries, blackberries. Those are a lot higher in those antioxidants. And what happens is when you consume these foods, you get those antioxidants that you need. And now you increase your antioxidant levels in your body, and those free radicals, basically they go to war. And when you increase your antioxidants, they break down those free radicals, causing that oxidative stress, and this helps take the burden off of your endothelium system, and this in turn allows those cells to correct themselves and bring down the blood pressure. So simply eating more whole foods is going to be how you help yourself in different areas. So again, it's not necessarily about isolating a nutrient like potassium, magnesium, whatever. It's not about isolating those things. It's about eating an abundance of the things that are going to provide you with the nutrients that you need. Simply eating strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, you're going to get potassium, magnesium, antioxidants, vitamin E, all those things that are there to help your body in many different ways, not just for your blood pressure, but for your overall health. Because again, your blood pressure issues are directly related to the quality of your lifestyle, and nutrition is just one area. So improving your overall nutrition is going to help you pinpoint those particular nutritional imbalances that are contributing to your blood pressure issues to help you get over this hump and continue to progress to understand what's contributing to your blood pressure problem. So eating more whole foods, again, is how you do so. So back to it. We're talking about zinc now. A zinc deficiency has been associated with certain risk factors for high blood pressure, such as an impaired endothelial function and increased oxidative stress. Zinc also plays a role in the metabolism of nitric oxide, a compound that helps regulate blood vessel tone and blood pressure. Additionally, zinc may indirectly influence blood pressure by affecting other factors like inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and hormonal balance. So back to inflammation in the body when it comes down to blood pressure. So when you're dealing with high blood pressure, there's already a low-grade inflammation that's going on inside of the body. One, because higher blood pressure means that your stress levels are up, and now this leads to a number of things that are happening, and inflammation is happening within your body, inside of your blood vessels. So understanding this is happening, making sure that you're eating those foods that are anti-inflammatory, whole foods, are going to help you continue to get through this problem. If you notice the occurrence of things that I keep saying, whole foods, eat more whole foods, eat more whole foods. That's the way to go when it comes down to getting control, making these nutritional changes when it comes down to your blood pressure. You have to eat whole foods. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, nuts and seeds are going to be the highest quality of whole foods that you can get, And when you start consuming, regular your regular diet, it should consist of whole foods, fruits, nuts, seeds, whole grains, all legumes, all those different things, because those are going to be the things that are filled with the nutrients that you need to help with your blood pressure problem. So understanding that packaged foods, processed foods, those are doing you no justice for your blood pressure. You have to get the foods that are that are closest to their natural form, because those are going to be the things that give your body the potassium, the magnesium, the calcium, the sodium, the zinc, all those things that it needs to function at a high level, get you back in shape when it comes down to your blood pressure, and allow you to continue to move forward when it comes down to solving these issues. Now, so you also got a list of foods that are high in zinc inside of here. And again, for those of us that don't have it, a Google search will give you the information that you need that will allow you to understand what foods are high in zinc. Make sure you focus on fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, because you're going to get the highest quality of these nutrients at its highest form. Once foods are cooked and broken down, the nutrient quality starts to decrease. So eating them fresh in their raw stage is going to give you the highest quality. And when you get the highest quality, your body's going to already know what to do with it, and you just continue to move forward and go from there. Next, we're going to go through the antioxidants one more time. That way we can round off this particular process. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them inside of the chat, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get all the notifications whenever we do go live as well. Now, antioxidants. Antioxidants play a crucial role in regulating blood pressure and supporting overall cardiovascular health. These powerful compounds help neutralize harmful free radicals in the body, which can cause oxidative stress and contribute to inflammation and damage to the blood vessels. By reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, antioxidants help maintain the integrity and flexibility of blood vessels, promoting healthy blood flow and optimal blood pressure levels. Certain antioxidants such as vitamin C, vitamin E, and flavonoids have been studied for their potential blood pressure lowering effects. These antioxidants may enhance nitric oxide production, a molecule that helps relax the blood vessels, resulting in improved blood flow and reduced blood pressure. While antioxidants alone may not be a standalone solution for managing high blood pressure, they are an important component of a balanced and nutritious diet that promotes overall cardiovascular health. It's recommended to incorporate a wide range of antioxidant-rich foods into your meal, and this is going to help you when it comes down to managing your blood pressure effectively. So understanding back to those fruits, nuts, and seeds and salads, this is where you're going to get those from. It's kind of like saying the same thing and going over and over again. We talked about all these different food nutrients: potassium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, whole foods. They're all there packaged up for you to get it the way that you need to. It's already packaged there. If you got a mango sitting on your counter, it has everything inside of it right there. The antioxidants, the potassium, the calcium, the sodium, all those things are pre-packaged, ready for you to help you. Now, your goal through this week is to incorporate more. 3 to 5 servings of fresh fruits, 1 large salad, eliminate the processed dressings and all those other things that come with it and the animal proteins, and just consume it in its natural raw form. The goal of this challenge is to start incorporating these health promoting foods. You got 7 days to build a cycle of doing so. And when you continue to be consistent in this particular area, you're going to make the strides and see the improvement when it comes down to regulating your blood pressure. So this next 7 days is all about building that foundation. You're going to see the benefits, you're going to feel the difference, and it's going to allow you to continue to move forward. And you must always remember that, again, dealing with your blood pressure issues is a journey. You don't just fix blood pressure problems in 7 days. It doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to press the reset button on that problem that you're dealing with and build your body back up through the lifestyle changes and the dietary adjustments in order to allow your body to better manage your blood pressure and work your way off of the pharmaceutical medications. Because again, that's what the end goal of these challenges are, to help you get an understanding of what's fueling your blood pressure problem and work your way off of the prescription pills. And you do that by dissecting every different area of your lifestyle, your nutritional habits, your stress levels, your sleeping habits, your movement levels, your relationships, your vitamin D levels. It's a number of things. Some people are dealing with one issue, some people are dealing with all of them. But the better you understand what's contributing to your problem, the better you understand the pathway that you need to take to correct your blood pressure issues. So now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead and answer any of them that you guys have, and we can continue to move forward. Here we go. I say, Tracy Johnson, I didn't understand when you said log in and listen to the morning or afternoon. Can you print out the ebooks? Yeah, we went over that yesterday, where you can print out the ebooks and do all those things. If you have the link, just simply click on it, and at the bottom of that page, you should see all the download information. You could download it, print it out, do all the other cool stuff that comes along with it. And that way you could just, let's say if you don't want to go through the digital aspect, you could print it out and put it on a sheet of paper. I'm trying to click through it right here so I can show you. But it's right at the bottom of the page. It's really simple. As soon as you go through the link, it pops right up for you, and it's nothing even too complicated. It's right there for you. Miss Antoinette says, I'm also doing intermittent fasting and it's going great. Yeah, that's a great thing. If you have a strategy that you're already applying as well, let's say you're working out and you're fasting and you're doing these other things, this is just going to allow you to continue to compound on top of what you're doing. You're only going to continue to get better, because now you're aligning two different health promoting strategies side by side, and this is just going to build that compound interest on what you're doing to continue to improve your health in many different areas. So if you're walking and stretching and exercising, keep doing so. If you're intermittent fasting, do so. Put those strategies to use, and you will see how, as you start with one and you add the other to it, your results will continue to compound. You'll continue to get better, and this is going to do wonders when it comes down to your overall health. So definitely keep pushing forward, and you'll be you'll be right where you need to be. So with that being said, tomorrow we are not going to be live. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do your thing. Make sure you post it inside of the group. Make sure that you just holding yourself accountable through these different processes. Show up in the group, post your blood pressure, post the foods that you're eating. If you want to post your weight, post that as well. That way you can continue to have that accountability and that support that you need. Make sure you're using your notebooks. Use your notebooks to document your journey. Documenting your journey. This is the key to it all right here. Most people think of this as like, I'm not writing stuff down. And this is the key to getting off of the pharmaceutical medications. Documenting what you're doing, because documenting what you're doing is going to display your results on a daily basis. And you do it, I guarantee you, if you apply these different tactics and strategies for the next 45 days, you're going to see those numbers come down, decrease, blood pressure decrease, weight decreasing, BMI decreasing, all these numbers coming down, cholesterol coming down, your blood sugar levels coming down. All those things are going to trend in the right direction. And when you present this information to your doctor, like, hey, these are my tactics and strategies. This is what I've been doing. These are my numbers. You've got the information inside of your computer system already. This is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. My goal is to get off these pharmaceutical medications. I'm putting forth the effort. Show me what I need to come back with you with in order to do so. And I can guarantee you, your doctor will be aligned with you to help you understand what you need to do to correct these issues. And I'm not just saying it just because, I'm saying it because we've done it. I've done it personally myself. I've done it with other individuals, and I've done it in a group through these different challenges as well. So applying yourself and following the different tactics and strategies is going to help you get to the root cause of your blood pressure issues. So again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're not going to be live at all. Continue to do the things that you need to do. I will be active inside of the group as well. So if you have any questions, put them inside of the group. We're there to help and support each other to continue to move forward. That way we can make sure that we're all in alignment with the different tactics and strategies that we're applying. We'll be back live on Monday and Tuesday again at 7:30, continuing to break down the rest of the ebook and answering any other questions that you guys may have when it comes down to blood pressure and just understanding these different tactics and strategies. And remember, this is most important. We have to remember that Again, dealing with blood pressure issues is not just a 7-day fix. I'm gonna say that again. It's not a 7-day fix. This is the start to your journey of understanding what the problem is. You may see some great results right out of the gate. You may not see some great results, but we have to understand and be willing to turn over every stone to see what our blood pressure problem is. It could be your nutrition. It could be your stress. It could be your sleeping habits. It could be your relationships. It could be a number of things combined together. But the different strategies that we're going to apply through this next season are going to all be related to your blood pressure to help you understand how to get to the root cause of the problem. So understand, to do so, you must be willing to actively participate through the process and put your best foot forward. And as you continue to learn these strategies, continue to apply them, and you will see the changes happen within yourself. And you don't have to take my word for it, because now you're doing it, you're getting the results, and it's nothing better than seeing the results in the scale, your blood pressure, or even your doctor saying, hey, you don't need to take this medication anymore. This is how you build up that confidence and make those changes in order to accomplish the goal of eliminating the need for pharmaceutical medications. So with that being said, peace and blessings, everyone. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and we'll be back here Monday at 7:30, and emails will go out again to let you guys know when we're going live. That way you don't miss it, and if you do miss it, it's on YouTube. Just come back in and check it out. So see y'all later.